due to a certain amount of news that is coming out of DC Warner Brothers. It appears that DC is prepping an entire cinematic reboot. How this affects DC content going forward be very interesting. Let's talk about it. Following a recent display of shakeups and changes, and even a retitling of what will be going forward, Warner Brothers Discovery has launched what will be now known as the DCU, the DC Universe. And to continue on with movement and shakeups, it is being reported that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 will not be commencing. It has been taken off the table. We will not be getting a third outing of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And this is also a part of sweeping decisions that are going through what was formerly known as the DCEU, even as we speak. The decisions that are being made are coming from new studio executives, James Gunn and Peter Safran, and they are in the stages of making these changes as to what will be going forward. Reports are that Gunn and Safran are scheduled to meet with Discovery CEO David Zaslav as early as next week to discuss the final stages of them having planned their multi-year agenda with the characters of the DCU and everything that is now going to be interacted between cinema, television, as well as video games, and possibly the cartoons as well, the animation. This is proving to be quite an ambitious way to approach things that haven't really been done before on Warner Brothers' side. James Gunn, coming away from Marvel, has had an inside up-close look at how these things can benefit the entire company, as well as promote and stimulate the growth and cultivation of characters and story arcs. So it'll be an interesting, fresh take on things with his input. Now, what does that mean for the current roster? It very well may mean the end of what's been so familiar over the past decade. From the Man of Steel actor Henry Cavill to Ben Affleck's Batman from Batman vs. Superman. You can also talk about Jason Momoa's Aquaman and Ezra Miller's Flash. All of these characters may no longer be recognizable as we go forward with a universe reboot. The unfortunate party here would be Cavill, who was always a fan's favorite in the Man of Steel. Hindsight being 2020, the downfall of that not just making what producers thought it should make at the box office, but the darkness of that telling of Superman, or should we say retelling, made producers think that Snyder may have gotten it all wrong. but the tone was not necessarily bad because it gave a different output from what Marvel was doing, as so with the comics. DC's characters have always been a little more serious than the Marvel way of doing things. And I do believe Snyder, with the 3 films he was able to put out, Justice League, Man of Steel, and Batman vs. Superman, they echoed that tone from the comics. But see, when someone copies another source's material, what will happen is the audiences will get tired of it very quickly. And instead of backing up what was to be their own way of doing things, the producers just got upset that the box office wasn't what they thought it should be, instead of focusing more on driving home the DC way of telling stories. Now, because Safran and Gunn are going to be a part of things, there could be call for concerns of the Marvel way becoming the DC way. And if that is what's on the horizon, then the entire era of comic book films is going to go out faster than a flame in the rain. What will separate and make things great is the fact that tone is original. Now, there have been some very good actors cast in certain roles. Even on the DC side, they've seen tremendous success. But one thing that is lacking is consistency. To be able to, even if a film doesn't knock the ball out of the park, if you get a base hit or a double or even hopefully a triple, you still need to build on that. And we see a lot of times that that's not happening from past executives on the Warner Brothers side. Will Gunn and Safran decide to allow this to take place? If they're hitting the reset button with an all-universe reboot, what about certain talents that were there? Henry Cavill's Superman is the most beloved character since Christopher Reeve embodied him a generation ago. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, the first film, is one of the best superhero films that has been made in modern time. We have had so many Batman from the DC side that the universe literally embraces the next man up in the cowl, Robert Pattinson being the most recent. So you see, the consistency is not there. And we hope that Gunn and Safran can see these things and allow something more positive with more gravitas take place. I'm rooting for them, but a total universe reboot with brand new actors may not necessarily be the way to go. But though they've had the problems that they had with Ezra Miller and Ray out there with his issues that he had with past executives, and now The Rock coming along with the Black Adam film and there being issues there, there may be just not enough strength in what exists presently to help drive forward the universe, even a soft reboot, which is why they may be looking at a total new reboot. I don't have the patience to hang around for that, And I'm not even against it. I'm not condemning it. But I do know that I'm just about tired of what DC Warner Brothers is doing. I don't like what Marvel is currently doing, but we have to start somewhere. The biggest loser in all of this will be Cavill, because we only got one Superman film out of him in Man of Steel, and the producers forced Batman into his second film, which it was no longer a Superman film. And Cavill was well received by the audiences. If this goes down and he is not allowed to continue to play Superman, it will have been their loss, and a tremendous one, because Superman is definitely a hard character to get right on the big screen. Never mind the success that the television show has had. Just understand that Superman is the connection to the real universe of DC. He is an alien after all, and all of the other subjects, characters, personalities fall in line under Superman with DC. What will be the outcome? We don't know, but I wish them well with what they do. I want to see the best that the studios can offer us in storytelling. I want grand and epic sagas, especially when you're talking about connected universes. I want performances that resonate to the degree that you have a feel for the characters. This is all that you can ask for. There will be some misses, and hopefully hits are on the horizon. What do you think? How do you feel about an entire new reboot with the DCU? You can leave thoughts and comments. This is Stormy B Man, and until the next time we speak, peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.